Poštovani uzvanici, cijenjena publiko, srdačno vas pozdravljam u ime knjižnica grada Zagreba, gradske knjižnice i moje osobno ime. Posebna mi je čast što večeras u auli gradske knjižnice otvaramo izložbu Andrewa Norrisa, kojega ovom prigodom pozdravljam. Welcome, Andrew.
Thank you. Hvala.
I believe it is better to know a little of the world very well than a lot of the world very little. Ovo su riječi Thomasa Hardija, engleskog romanopisca i pjesnika. Andrew Norris je uvijek bio povezan s prirodom, no nastanivši se u kući u selu Bukovlje, omogućilo mu je da svoju kreativnost usmjeri na jedan poseban komad zemlje. Tijekom posljednje 22 godine Andrew dokumentira ovo selo, njegove ljude, način života i običaje u gotovo 300 videa. Htio je zabilježiti živu tradiciju i nostalgično sjećanje prije nego što nestanu. Tako je na izložbi koju je postavio 2020. pod naslovom Rijeka, kamenje i zelenilo, slike krša iz Bukovlja, izložio slike koje prikazuju vapnenačke krške stijene u šumama Bukovlja. Na sljedećoj izložbi naslova Posljednja mlaka u Bukovlju iz 2024. tema je bila obnova, snimanje i slikanje posljednje mlake u selu. Ovaj projekt The Labor of the Field, rad u polju, autora približava onom čovjeku koji je izgradio kuću u Bukovlju te tu obrađivao zemlju. Na izložbi su izloženi njegov alat i hrastove daske koje je on rezao. Taj čovjek predstavlja svojevrsnog narodnog heroja, čovjeka od zemlje. Iz kataloga izložbe pročitala bih sljedeće. Krajolik oko nas duje svoj izgled tisućama godina oblikovanja i rada na zemlji generacija ljudi, naših predaka. Ti čuvari zemlje bili su vođeni mitologijom povezanom uz selo i seoski krajolik. Uobičajen je u folklornoj mitologiji lik divljeg čovjeka, također znanog kao duh šume. On je zaštitnik stoke koji podučava ljude mnogim vještinama, uključujući zemljoradništvo, žetvu te obradu željeza. Duh žita često je predstavljen u životinjskom obliku kao koza. U nekim kulturama zadnji snop pšenice se reže i veže na tek požetoj zemlji i zove se goat, koza. Naši preci uzgajali su hranu i sjemena i njome hranili svaku sljedeću generaciju, te su uzgajali i svoju stoku. Takvo tlo ima mistična svojstva. Udaljavanjem od povezanosti sa seoskim životom polako nestaje i poštovanje prema misteriju zemlje. I za kraj nekoliko biografskih podataka o autoru, ukoliko se autor slaže. Andrew Norris rođen je u Londonu 1961. godine, izlagao je diljem svijeta u Europi, Americi, Južnoj Koreji, u većini velikih institucija u Engleskoj, uključujući Nacionalnu galeriju, galeriju Tate, Muzej Victorije i Alberta. Ovo je autorova jedanaesta samostalna izložba u Hrvatskoj i ja mu ovom prigodom čestitam.
Hvala.
A sada bih dala riječ autoru koji će nam nešto reći o ovoj izložbi. Izvoli, Andrew.
Evo vam je verzija na engleskom.
Super. Beautiful English.
Absolutely, absolutely. When Ismail asked me what this work was all about, I had to say that I don't really know. I read a quote recently by one artist who said that you need to experience a work of art before you understand it, and I'm still experiencing this. Why 12 goats? I've thought about this, and one can make obvious references to other instances where the number 12 occurs. And why not? It is a magical number. It's divisible by 2, 3, 4, 6. The day is 2 times 12. The year is 12 months. But the significance of 12 only came to me a little bit later. For some 20 years now, I've focused all my creative output in one place, that of the village of Bukovlje. As I'm often quoting, and as Ismena just repeated, the quote of the English novelist, 19th century novelist Thomas Hardy, who said, I believe it is better to know a little of the world very well than a lot of the world very little. I know it's always been my philosophy. Wherever I've lived, I've looked vertically into the location where I've been rather than horizontally to get a superficial view of the district. Over these years and being engaged with my neighbours, I've produced almost 300 videos of the village, its people, the customs and way of life. And over the years, each of these projects that I've been engaged in have narrowed their focus from painting the limestone cast in the neighbouring woods, which I exhibited here 5 years ago, to the last dew pond, the last Mlaka in Bukovina, which I've been cleaning, preserving and painting for 4 years. And it's a project that I'm still very much engaged with. And it continues to inspire me. And a lot of these works I showed here 2 years ago, but I've done many more since then. So. But this project condenses 20 years of work down to a single point, to a single person, and that man is called Mate Fudoric. I never met him, but that is not important. His presence lingers in the stories that people tell about him. He is, in a sense, how we would call such a person in England everyman. He is a man of the soil. He is the salt of the earth. He is a character that features throughout history, in mythology and legends. He represents everyone in the village, everyone that works the land and tends to animals. He represents everyone that has gone to the woods to cut firewood, to heat their stoves in the winter, or gone to the natural spring to fetch water for drinking. For in the village, without animals, without fire, without water, the villages don't survive. After 20 years, Mate Fudoric can be seen here in the boards that he cut, on which I painted the goats. The tools are his. They are rusty now and required a most wonderful patina of age and neglect. But you could see the wear and tear in some of them and how they have been used. And I tried to use some of his tools in order to keep that continuity. I've adopted his legacy, taken hold of that stafetta that he handed to me, unknowingly, of course. But I accept that responsibility and embrace it. When we leave the land and move to the cities, we lose touch with our heritage and with the culture and mystery of the land. And why is the number 12 significant? Well, coincidentally, it was around 12 years after he died that we acquired his house and took over guardianship of his piece of land that we work throughout the year. There is virtue in honest toil, and it's a pleasure to come home at the end of the day, having worked in the orchard, having worked in the garden, feeling tired and exhausted, physically exhausted. There is pleasure in that. So to Mate, I say, živjeli, and thank you. We will now go upstairs to have a drink, something to eat, and there is a film presentation connected with this exhibition. So please join us all upstairs.
Hvala, Andrew.
There's one more thing I need to do. One more thing I need to do. To open this. This is an old sheep's bell that I found in the meadow. One day I'd even cut the meadow, and then the next day it appeared in that green space, and I don't know where it came from, but it's a sign. Maybe from Mate, I don't know.
Yes, but ovaj lik je 13. u cijeloj ovoj priči.
Okay.
On ima i svoje mitološko ime.
Oh, he has many names.
Many names.
Many names. I mean, originally I got this idea from a Basque character from Spain called Basayaun, who was Lord of the Woods, who was a lover of animals and would teach agriculture. But in England we have Jack in the Green. There's a whole list of names which I've listed on Facebook. But Robin Hood.
Robin Hood. On je tu.
Well, yeah, the Green Man.
Green Man.
Yeah.
Kao Robin Hood.
Like Robin Hood, yes,
like
yeah.
Robin Hood. Evo, hvala Andrew, čestitam još jedanput na ovoj prekrasnoj, misterioznoj izložbi, mističnoj, ja bih čak rekla, koja će nas polako uvući u svoj prostor gledajući jedan po jedan od ovih artefakata. Sigurno ćemo zaroniti u neku svoju priču. Jer to je sve naša zajednička priča.
Yes, I think so. Yeah, it's universal. It's a universal story. And we need to get back to the land, really. Abandoned cities.
Da, gradovi su postali možda i nemogući. Što veći to zapravo neugodniji. Povratak zemlji u svakom slučaju je na nama, pa makar u malim segmentima života moramo se vratiti zemlji da bi ostali, ja bih rekla, ljudi. Ok. Evo, ovim ćemo završiti ovo otvaranje izložbe. Ja vas pozivam, kao što je Andrew rekao, gore na mali domjenak gdje će biti prikazan i film o nastajanju ove izložbe i jedan širi kontekst. Također, ja bih ovom prigodom najavila i činjenicu da ova izložba, nakon što se zatvori 5.3. u ovom prostoru, dalje nastavlja život u Laubi kada će biti otvorena u 4. mjesecu 15.4. Dakle, ona će biti od 15.4. do 22.4. postavljena u Laubi. Evo, hvala vam svima što ste došli na ovo otvorenje i čestitke autoru.
Thank you.